needs a little bit of, we need to figure out, okay, are there sidewalks there? I don't know if there's sidewalks out there. I haven't, and so I think, La Fortune Park is pretty close, if I remember right, so we could at least park there, but it needs a little bit of, I don't know, it just needs some logistical stuff to go along with this.
The parking would be on the corner where the ball parks are. There's a ton of parking there in La Fortune, and you just go across the street to the corner where the DoubleTree is.
Somebody got their hand up?
Oh, no. No, I was just filming.
I have a follow-up. Inhoff just voted yesterday on the Senate bill, which...
Hey, mic check.
Mic check. Nope. Mic check!
Mic check!
Inhoff just yesterday voted, along with the majority of the Senate, to pass a bill which basically extends the battleground, the war, which is the justification for it, to the United States. So essentially, it's applying like military rule in certain instances, specifically allowing detention of American citizens without charge, similar to what they're doing in Guantanamo Bay to foreign nationals. So I think that would be something that could be targeted. I mean, Obama has already said he's going to veto it. Who knows if he will or not, but it's definitely something that threatens civil liberties. One of the foundations of the Constitution.
Shane, the way that they voted on it yesterday, does that mean that President Obama can still veto it?
Right.
Or since they did it the way they did it, he doesn't have the power to veto it because it never really changed. It just expanded with an amendment.
It's still going to his office.
Oh, okay.
But it's not actually, what was voted on yesterday was an amendment that would have stripped some of the most egregious portions of it's a national defense bill. And so the amendment would have stripped out the indefinite detention of civilians and a few other things. So what they did is they voted down the amendment. They have not yet voted on the defense bill yet, but now the defense bill is going forward with all of the detention and all the bad stuff still in it.
Yes.
And everybody is saying that the bill will pass with all that bad stuff in it. And then Obama will have the opportunity to veto it, and he has said he would veto it.
Says a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Howard?
I believe what's going on is already part of the Patriot Act. It can actually hold you and I and everyone, whoever, in detention and decide when and where, if ever, they'll prosecute you. That's already part of the Patriot Act now.
We need to get back to announcements. We can talk about this. We can set it as an agenda item, but we need to get back on track so that we can keep this streamlined and moving forward. Are there any more announcements? Any more announcements?
I have an announcement. In relation to the Udall Amendment, basically crapping on our Constitution, on December 15th, there's going to be a march for the ratification of our Constitution, and that's an event on Facebook, but not on the like page.
Okay. So, lots of marches, lots of things going on. Get involved, tell your friends. Let's get some people out here. What's next?
The agenda stack.
All right, so let's take an agenda stack. The agenda is open for proposals. Remember, this is the agenda portion. This is not general discussion. This is for proposals only. Does anyone have any proposals? We've already got one pending from Saturday that needs to be covered and revoted, which is the transition to the spokes council model and the adoption of a spokes council meeting. Does anyone else have anything that they would like to add to the stack? Any work groups have any proposals for the group?
I proposal for adoption on the agenda after the adoption of the spokes council meeting is I'd like to address some internal issues. I'd like to make an announcement and open the opportunity to address some internal issues with the group.
All right, so in internal issues.
I have a proposal for the Facebook policy.
Okay. Have that. Okay, proposal about the website.
Are you taking this down?
What was your name?
Oh, you are.
I got the stack and the agenda, but I'm not taking notes. Molly, are you taking notes?
No, Shane is.
Yeah. All right. What was your name again?
Mark.
Sorry, it's dark.
That right?
Mark. All right. So Mark has a proposal.
And what about the grievances that we put out online?
Shane knows the
Oh, yeah. Let's add the grievances to the.
It's gonna be under the internal issues.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Solidarity from OKC, by the way.
Thanks, guys. Anyone else? No proposals? No agenda items?
Oh, 30. Are you staying?
Oh, I know.
Let's just go to the spokes.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Any other proposals? If not, I'm going to close the stack. Last call for proposals. All right.
Read out what the
All right.
proposed agenda
So
is.
the proposed agenda is we vote on the spokes council, internal issues and grievances, Facebook policy proposal, and a website proposal.
I move that we adopt the agenda as is.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Opposed? Okay. Any blocks? The agenda carries.
Okay, so
First agenda item, number 1, is the spokes council transition. Do we have 30?
yeah.
All right. Spokes council model transition vote. The proposal is that we establish a spokes council where every working group will have a representative.
And those representatives are voted upon by that working group in the spokes council meeting each week, and they rotate so that.
Solidarity from the internet.
What happens is that spokesperson. Okay, let me just explain the spokes council real quick. All right, that way everybody knows what it is. Spokes council is basically a way to introduce a de facto bicameral legislature in checks and balances between the system in order to help streamline organization of GAs and proposals. That way, they actually come from the working groups. The working groups then talk about what they need, what they're going to do, all of those various things. Then they come up with their needs or their wants or their proposals as a working group. Then that week in spokes council, that spokesperson sits down with all the other elected spokes councils as all of the working groups are watching, and they talk about those various agenda items. But they're only authorized to talk about what that group has decided. They can't